Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hope you had a great 4th weekend. Time to get back to work, though. Thought the weekend would never end. So good to be back to Monday, isn't it? With the full week ahead to look forward to. Love it. Love it. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. As usual, on a Monday morning, we've got a brand new bingo card, which is pinned to the top of our Twitter page.
At Pat Unleashed.
And it starts out with exponential, the audio of Joe Biden.
Increasing exponentially. Top 1% and 2% have done exponentially better.
Right.
Well, corporate profit has been up over exponentially.
Their profits have come up exponentially.
It's going to be up exponentially.
Does he not know it's exponential? Really? Do you not know that?
There's a lot that Joe Biden doesn't know, or that he did know that has now forgotten. Yes.
Dude, you're 77 years old, and you're saying, like my 3-year-old grandson, exponentially?
Oh, is your grandson eligible to run for president?
Not yet. No.
Oh.
No.
Could have been better for America.
You could say exponential, I think.
I bet.
Next square. Over there.
Over there.
Subtle nuances. What are the odds? The Hillary shriek, which I think is this.
I am sick and tired of people who say that if you debate and you disagree with this administration, somehow you're not patriotic, and we should stand up and say, we are Americans and we have a right to debate and disagree with any administration.
Oof. Good way to wake up in the morning right there.
No.
No?
Nope.
Huh.
Nope.
That doesn't wake you up and get the blood flowing?
Nope.
Come
What do you
on.
think the last time was that Bill woke up next to that?
Geez.
Her.
Probably 1978. He's woken up in someone else's bed ever since. Unmitigated gall. I don't know.
I don't know.
And then we've got this
little Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, this little gem from Alec Baldwin, which is we haven't played it a lot, but
You have insulted.
lately,
You don't have the brains
or the decency. He's going to get to it in a second.
As a human being, I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or
11 years old. I don't know
or that
how
you're
old
a
you
child,
are because I'm
or
not
that your mother is a
involved.
thoughtless pain in the ass.
As far
Who
as I
doesn't care about what you do, as far as I'm concerned. So you better be ready Friday, the 20th, to meet with me. So I'm going to let you know just how I feel
about what a rude
little
little pig you really are. Okay, so rude little pig is what we're looking for. And I think I actually have. Do I have the actual?
The what?
I don't know. It's been a long time. I may not have just the short version of that. We'll have to look for that.
You're a thoughtless, rude little pig.
Jeez, what a terrible moment in time.
And look, it paid
for
off
him.
because it turned into a great roast that she did.
Yeah.
Of him later on.
Really good. Gun to your head choice. Soccer is discussed. Probably not in glowing terms, I would guess. No. I'm not your trained monkey.
Oh.
Jeffy. Wherever free podcasts are sold. It goes a little something like this.
Oh, I have a feeling we may be doing that quite a bit this morning. I hear we have some technical difficulties.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Waiting for us down the hall, potentially.
Isn't that wonderful? So
Potentially.
Good. Giblets. Movie trailer voice. In a world. Keith sings.
Oh, and you're welcome in advance.
Always turns something into a country song. 12-year-old boy children. That part isn't necessary, apparently.
Even spelled properly by Just Too Muck and Fudge.
Yeah.
Chidren.
The 12-year-old boy children. I love the 12-year-old boy children. We got this from from our friend Alex.
Well, you know what? I've seen your hernia.
Those are good times. Where your grandma stay. Pat makes an excuse to avoid spending time with Keith. Almost a free square right there. And then this, of course.
I called up Cardinal Tobin, Cardinal Joe Tobin in Newark.
So I asked Cardinal Tobin of Newark.
There we go.
Spoken song lyrics. We are not a democracy. Hits you right where you live. And the audio of how do you pay for it? You just do.
AOC.
That's AOC.
Who's got that? You or Martin?
I don't. I was just Really? That's me, but I'll have to refind it because I don't think we've played that in a while.
Or we'll just try to get bingo elsewhere on the board there.
All right. The world continues to disintegrate. And I wouldn't even say a little at a time. It's like a lot at a time. Just unbelievable what we're witnessing right before our eyes. That I think just 2 years ago, last year, we probably couldn't have imagined such a scenario where people are so blatant and so awful, and that we're just so bad to each other. Is Twitter not a cesspool of just hate and
fun?
Yeah, fun. Just that super fun hatred, and then it's only the conservatives. And I just saw an article by, I don't know, some leftist about how it's a fantasy that conservatives are being singled out on Twitter. Are you kidding me? Wow. Anyway, we have this really sweet message from, I think, a Harvard grad, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's her name, a recent Harvard grad, in fact, Clara Janover, went viral posting a TikTok video in which she threatened to stab the next person.
Oh, no.
Who has the nerve.
To what? Use the N-word?
No.
Oh.
To say something as repulsive as all lives matter. Oh,
that's
yeah, you can imagine how mad she is. Here it is.
And it goes a little...
it goes a little something
the
like
next
this.
Person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled capacity to say all lives matter, I'm going to stab you.
Oh.
I'm going to stab you. And while you're struggling and bleeding out, I'm going to show you my paper cut and say...
Your paper cut
my
matters,
cut matters too.
Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. What a moron. Well, that pleasant little person lost her job.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she lost her job because of the post.
I'm going to show you a pink slip. Wow.
And they did. And they did show her a pink slip. So then she was crying and whining. Do we have any of those? Maybe I didn't send those in.
Supporters.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no. Really?
My job away from me. I've gotten death threats, rape threats, violent threats.
You have not.
It was okay.
Stop it.
But now it's just like my future. My future's entirely compromised because Trump supporters have decided to go for my life.
Okay, pause it for a second. No personal responsibility whatsoever.
Right.
It's all somebody else's fault. You bad Trump supporters took her job from her. It wasn't her actions.
No.
She had nothing to do with it. It was you, mean people, mean-spirited, nasty people who cost her job.
Wait, and I'm sure somebody threatened violence against her.
It's
not right, but I'm sure someone did. But I love how, wait a minute, you just said that I must stab you and I must watch you bleed out.
Yeah.
There's nothing violent there from her, right?
No, nothing.
Okay.
No, that was perfectly acceptable. Unbelievable. And that's for saying all lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
Included in that, I don't know if you're aware, but all means everybody. It means black people too. So it's all inclusive. The word all.
Yeah, and it's a 2-minute video. I don't know if you want to get to it at some point today, but a college has actually done their own Black Lives Matter video today, or now that's circulating, that I just think is great, that emphasizes this point that you're making. All lives matter.
All right,
you want to see this? All Black Lives Matter? Okay, watch this. And it goes a little something like this.
Hey, wokey McWokeface. Quick question. This Black Life mattered. But doesn't this one? We know this Black Life matters. But why doesn't this one?
Right.
We believe that all these Black lives mattered. And
nice.
Tens of millions of others too. Murdered in the most dangerous place in this country for any Black life. A womb. Murdered and dissected and sold. We believe that each and every human life matters because every human life, regardless of culture or color, is crafted in the sacred image of Almighty God, which is the only possible reason why any life could matter at all. We believe that secular progressive white supremacists have been running a vile and genocidal population control campaign against blacks in America that has straddled centuries, trying to keep them from life, from adulthood, from power, from stable families and communities.
Yep.
And that matters.
Wow.
We believe that the organization Black Lives Matter, a registered trademark, is a Marxist front that doesn't care about black lives even half as much as an average white pro-life flyover Trump-voting evangelical.
Right.
Every single black life matters, from conception to the grave, and beyond into eternity. That is God's truth. And it's a hell of a lot more than BLM can say. This shouldn't be hard, but clear thinking is rare these days, especially on college campuses. All lives matter. All black lives matter. All. Behind a badge. On the street. In the womb. Philosophy matters. Theology matters. History matters. Thinking matters. Learn to think in unthinking times. New St. Andrews College. Clear thinking, clear teaching. In person this fall.
Wow. I've never heard of that place.
I haven't either.
But that was fantastic.
So good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really, really well done.
Moscow, Idaho, huh?
Oh, is that really?
Yeah. Just Googled it. New St. Andrews College. I love how you have to put very explicitly teaching classes in person this fall.
Yeah.
That's our new reality.
Yeah.
That was very powerful and very well done. We'll post that out at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Yeah, speaking of which, another 77 people were shot over the weekend. 14 killed again over the weekend in Chicago. I don't forget those lives. Black Lives Matter. Please don't. Let's start thinking about those lives because they don't. They haven't thought about them at all, apparently. And if you mention it, they ignore it. There is a fantastic, I forget this rapper's name, but he's being interviewed, and he's asked about Black Lives Matter and if he's a supporter for Black Lives Matter. And his response is fantastic as well. We're finding out there is some hope today, and this rapper will give you some.
And I'm not no Black Lives Matter supporter.
You're not?
No, absolutely.
Why not?
Because it's not our movement.
Thank you.
This is a movement that was given to us by, George Soros and his boys.
Yes. Yes. Nice.
Because they saw how things were going and they didn't want it to go back to the 60s to where we start having our own organic movements. That was a big problem for them. So let's give the people a movement that we can control. We'll provide them the leaders and all of this type of and that's what Black Lives Matter is. Look at the leaders of Black Lives Matter.
Are there leaders of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Who?
Pause it for a second.
Lesbian women.
Are there leaders? They don't even know that.
Wow.
They don't even know that much.
Way to research before the interview.
Jeez. I mean, before you start being surprised that the guy doesn't support Black Lives Matter, maybe you should know something about Black Lives Matter, about the organization. You don't even look at the website? Really? All right, let's see the rest of this. Go back just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what Black Lives Matter is. Look at the leaders of Black Lives Matter.
Are there leaders of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Who?
Look at these lesbian women who are trying to incorporate,
Trace colors?
LG, whatever the the letters are, incorporate their concerns into black people's concerns.
Right.
Go to the website, look it up.
Nice. Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you. Go to the website, look it up. Yes, that's what we've been begging people to do.
And this is coming up a lot now with a lot of black voices saying, well, let's look at their mission statement. Go to their website. Let's look into this group. I love it.
When you look at the website and see what we're all about, about Black Lives Matter or whatever, I can't remember the tab heading, but you click on that and you'll see exactly what he is saying is true. Patrisse Cullors is one of the leaders, lesbian, but also a Marxist. Trained organizer, trained Marxist. Her words, not mine. But they don't even try to hide any of it. And the stuff he was saying about the LGBTQIA2+ issues, the Black Lives Matter website is loaded with them. In fact, there might be more of those issues than there are of the black community issues. He is exactly right, dead on in what he is saying there. Just amazing. We have another incredible video from Marcellus Wiley on ESPN discussing Black Lives Matter as well. We'll get to that in just a second. First, let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. If you haven't made the switch yet to Patriot Mobile, maybe this latest promotion is just what you're waiting for. Right now, they're giving you a choice, either a brand new phone or, if you want to keep your existing one, a free month of service. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative mobile phone company. So you're not supporting causes that you don't believe in when you sign up with Patriot Mobile. They'll never charge you hidden fees either. And unlike Big Mobile, they don't send your money to Planned Parenthood. Plans start as low as $25 a month, and their U.S.-based customer service team was just rated #1 among all wireless providers. Get nationwide 4G service and unlimited talk and text. It's easy to switch. Keep your phone number, bring your own phone, or get a new one. Brand new Motorola G7 Play. This is their biggest promotion all year, so don't wait. Call 972-PATRIOT, 972-PATRIOT, or patriotmobile.com/Pat. Let's stick together and support this great American company, defending our Constitution and providing a valuable service to you at the same time at a really good price. Like starting at $25 a month for a family plan. patriotmobile.com/Pat.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. More silver linings in the clouds on ESPN. Here's what Marcellus Wiley had to say about Black Lives Matter. Painting Black Lives Matter on the sides of the basketball court for the upcoming NBA season. And I think that's a done deal, right? Okay, he's been black since 1974. What was he before that? Because he was born in 1960.
He was either broccoli or a Volkswagen Bug. I don't know.
Yeah, he was born in 74, obviously, but I like the way he put that.
Right.
This is incredible. He actually looked at their mission statement.
Oh, it's fun.
All right, let's see the rest of this. And of course, the answer is no, but great question. I mean, did that not give you chills? Wow. A lot of common sense coming out of Marcus Wiley there. That's crazy good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, that gives you hope for
the future. It's a lot of hope this morning, right?
That gives you
Monday Morning Hope. Good band name.
Wow. That is unbelievable. I mean, I just want to bask and wallow in that for a while because that was just really surprising.
Yeah.
On ESPN, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, has he been called into the Oval Office yet, you think?
Oh, he might have been, yeah. Or it might be today. I don't know. Jeez, that is kind of scary because you can't.
Oh, that was on FS1. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was ESPN.
Oh, it was Fox Sports?
Oh,
no wonder.
Okay, then he's got a little bit more room to work with there.
Okay, so Marcus, I thought I saw him on ESPN. Of course, I have all those channels together, jammed together on my system, so I don't know where one begins and the next one ends. But that's great. I don't care where it was.
I don't care either.
Although it would have been nice.
It was said.
If you would see that on ESPN, but of course, no. Okay. Fox Sports 1, definite star on their foreheads today because that's awesome stuff. 888-900-3393. Over the weekend, we got this interesting video as well of people going to marching to Stone Mountain, which is the big Confederate monument area. And about 100 people descended on it. I mean, it just reopened. And so they had this little get-together happen at Stone Mountain over the weekend.
Do solemnly swear to protect the black nation. To protect the black nation.
Hundreds of protesters dressed in black, armed with assault rifles, and a passionate plea at Stone Mountain Park today demanding the carving of Confederate figures be removed from the mountain. Those figures include Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson. And although some called it an alarming sight, park police tell us they had no issues with that gathering. Jay Plyburn joins us live from the park with the latest. Jay?
Jay?
Jay, what's up?
Jay.
Hey, good evening. It's been an interesting Independence Day here at Stone Mountain, an area which usually sees about 4 million visitors each year, partially because of this unique monument behind me, a Confederate monument at that. And take a look at the video from earlier this afternoon.
All right, I will.
There were not originally many people here today. The park actually just reopened after closing for COVID-19. But this afternoon, more than 100 people showed up right here protesting the monument, which is one of the largest of its type in the country. The protesters were heavily armed, but workers with the park's public safety division said they had no issues with the group coming in to exercise their free speech.
Cool.
It's a public park, state park. We have these protests on both sides of the issue from time to time. We respect people's First Amendment right to exercise those rights. We understand the sensitivities of the issue here at the park and the dark paths, so we respect that and allow them to come in. And as long as it's peaceful, which it has been, then that's fine.
Isn't the AK-47 fully automatic and thus illegal? And I don't know. Maybe those are modified. Maybe they just look like AK-47s. I don't know. But fascinating to me because, here's a group of men who are really heavily armed. I don't have any problem with these guys. Open carry situation. If it's legal in your state, that's perfectly fine. But where are the Democrats, the progressives, who cry like 3-year-old girls anytime one conservative open carries
or holds their finger in the shape of a gun?
Right.
Am I allowed to do this on camera?
No, that's a level 2 lookalike firearm there.
Sorry.
You could. Sorry. First of all, you've already been expelled from whatever school you attend.
Yeah.
That's already happened.
Okay, well, let's just...
You'll also have detention after work.
Can I walk around?
We'll see if you keep your job. I don't know.
How about a Pop-Tart?
Can't guarantee it. You better not bite that into the shape of a... I mean, that's what they do.
Right.
They go ape crap every time. I haven't heard a peep about this. You got 100 guys fully armed, which is fine because they didn't do anything with them. But where are the Democrats? Where's Nancy Pelosi screaming and yelling and Chucky Schumer? It's so dangerous. It's so threatening. It's so provocative. It's so irresponsible.
Remember, put a target on a map.
Yeah,
and it's the end of the world. And the leader of that group, by the way, he wants a part of the United States carved out for like a black nation. In fact, it was
really?
thoughtful of him.
They're like a separatist movement.
Yeah,
now?
It was thoughtful of him to say he would take Texas.
That is thoughtful. Yeah, that's not up for grabs, my friend.
No.
But thanks.
No.
Thanks.
No.
I'm a pass on that one.
I'm a pass. I'm a pass on you taking Texas.
I'm gonna take a pass on taking Texas. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's fascinating because all of this stuff is separating us further than we've ever been separated, probably since the 50s or 60s. And I thought we'd gotten past most of these issues and things had calmed down a lot up until Barack Obama's presidency. And it's gotten worse ever since. And we're right back into a situation where we're at each other's throats again. It's despicable what they're doing.
Yeah, but I just want to remind you of the last few videos we had before that.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, that was a good start to the day.
That is true.
Week off to a good start with some common sense.
Do have some hope. We do have some
I didn't say we had hope. I just said it was some good videos that we had there.
But those good videos provided me with some hope.
Okay, good.
And by the way, I love the fact that the National Women's Soccer League player who did not kneel during the national anthem, Rachel Hill, she didn't kneel. And now she is trying to explain to everybody why.
Oh, no.
We're in such a crappy place right now.
I don't have to explain anything to you.
That American athletes feel it necessary to explain why they respected the flag. Oh my gosh, I just can't. I can't believe that. She was seen standing next to Casey Short and Julie Ertz as her Chicago Red Stars teammates knelt and embraced during the anthem. On Tuesday, Hill explained that she chose not to kneel while still supporting the protests across the U.S. Thankfully, she did jump right in with, but I support the protests. I do. She said, I chose to stand because of what the flag inherently means. It's not about the flag. It's not. Ask Colin Kaepernick. It's not about the flag. Of course, he'll tell you it is, but.
Well, it depends on when you catch it.
Right, that's true. She said, I chose to stand because of what the flag inherently means to my military family members and me, but I 100% support my peers. Symbolically, I tried to show this with the placement on my hand on Casey's shoulder and bowing my head. I struggled, but felt that these actions showed my truth, and in the end, I wanted to remain true to myself.
Wow. Next time, just kneel. You know what?
Yeah, right. I mean, right? You know, Drew Brees, who supports supposedly the military, he's going to be kneeling. You know he is. I mean, he couldn't have backtracked any further. He would have fallen right back off a cliff. He would have taken one step more. So this is what we're going to be up against when sports do return, is all of this kneeling stuff. And it's going to overwhelm and overshadow the actual performances, I'm afraid. Is ESPN going to talk equally or more about what happened during the national anthem than they do the actual game? It'll be interesting to see. Well, if sports ever return. A little bit in doubt right now, but we'll see. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Now back to Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
Not really sure why I thought of Iron Man there. I saw the movie a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that's still just lingering in my mind.
That must be what it is.
Yeah, because I haven't heard the song in a long, long time, and or anything that sounds like the song. You know, haven't heard anything like that.
Really?
Quite a while.
I mean,
Yeah. Me too. I don't know where it came from.
Okay.
I really don't, and neither do you.
Okay.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Jeffy's 18 Spoons tweets. So, New St. Andrews College is scheduled for destruction, right? Yes, I'm sure it is. That was a bold, brave video for them to release. Simple-minded American. Well, now you're asking the impossible of this generation. You're asking them to think. We all know with them, it's all about feelings, not intellectual thought. Right? Bivital, bifurcated, symbolic taking tweets. The people who seem to think Black Lives Matter least is the organization that bears that name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Again, go to the website. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Be nice if some of these athletes would, too, because they continually talk about, I just saw they're doing the basketball tournament. Have you heard of, about that tournament, right? Every summer they do, and they just simply call it the basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge basketball fan. No, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a bunch of former college players.
Oh, wow.
Some of them are playing professionally in like Europe, or maybe they've had NBA careers and now they've, minor NBA careers, and now they're just doing this tournament. It's a winner-take-all $1 million tournament they do every summer. And so a bunch of people a lot of former athletes, like there's some BYU Cougars that put together a team. Some from the Godless Animals put together a team.
I was about to say, how do they determine the team? It's just like find a commonality and you join that team?
Yes. Or somebody asks you to be a part of that team.
Oh.
So they get a coach, and then the coach assembles a team, and they enter the tournament. Anyway, ESPN was broadcasting it because, what's the alternative right now?
Sure.
That's pretty good basketball going on. These are good basketball players. And, of course, the coach of one of the teams, all the coaches of one of the teams wearing gigantic Black Lives Matter T-shirts. And it's like, could you guys look into it a little bit? Please, just, I don't know, check out the website. Do you really believe and buy into their ideology? Really? Because I'll bet if you looked into it, you may not. You may not.
No. And you had a Frederick Douglass statue toppled over the weekend, too.
Not only that, but what about the Christopher Columbus statues that are going down all over the country? Columbus, Ohio, took down Columbus. And I think that was a decision of the city. In Baltimore, a bunch of thugs just decided, we don't want that statue up, and they pulled it down and busted it into a million pieces and then threw the pieces into the harbor. It was beautiful.
Cute.
It was beautiful. A great way to spend the 4th of July weekend. Thank you so much. Also got this tweet from the Hamp. If 2020 were a piñata.
Yeah. There it is.
There's a hornet's nest.
Hornet's nest.
Yeah.
In a tree. Yeah.
You start beating on that and see what comes out. That is 2020 to a T, is it not?
Hey, but we're more than halfway over now.
All right. Woo. And that means nothing because 2021 is...
You wanted hope.
Yeah. Okay.
I was giving you some hope.
Sure. All right. An ominous warning about the rest of this year, though, from Pathead MKM Soap. Just in case you're wondering about the rest of 2020.
Okay.
The next 5 months will spell Jason.
Friday the 13th.
July, August, September, October, November.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about where we are.
I used to watch those when I was about middle school or so.
Yeah.
And they were just too
me too.
Cheesy, even for the 80s.
And they're just violence for violence.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like watching two teens making out in the woods get a harpoon through their skulls. That just, I was sitting there watching that, and I thought, why would I want to see that? You know what? I really don't. So I didn't go to any more of those.
Yeah. That's a good storyline right there.
Yeah.
So should the harpoon go through his head or his chest?
Just his chest.
Yeah,
just impale him and her because they're together anyway, so you could get both of them in one.
I like it. Write that down. Write it down.
Also, just a quick alert for you. There's some new COVID symptoms.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey, what? Everything.
They've added just a few.
Okay.
They've added nausea.
Okay.
Headache, we already knew about. Mm-hmm. You know about the muscle and body aches. Now runny nose is a big deal. Diarrhea. Atopic dermatitis.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, dandruff is a clear sign of COVID-19.
For real?
Yeah. Diaper rash. So if you get diaper rash, look out. COVID-19's on the way.
Oh, man. What if you don't even wear diapers? Should you still expect that if you're getting the Rona?
It gives it to you, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's weird. Foot fungus. Bad hair day. If you have a bad hair day, look out. The fever is next.
Oh, I'm
Fever's
clear.
next. No, you're fine.
I'm fine,
yeah, you're fine,
man. I'm invincible.
Nearsightedness, syphilis, poor gas mileage. A lot of people wouldn't have seen that one coming.
Wait,
but poor gas mileage.
I don't get good gas mileage. Do I have COVID-19?
You're probably going to get it if you don't have it right now.
Okay.
High utility bills, carinitis, gingivitis, joint pain, stumped toe, tennis elbow, erectile dysfunction. These are all signs of COVID-19.
That's
scary. It's scary is what it is.
That's a long list.
It is.
That's a lot of bad things.
And that's only partial. I didn't read all the symptoms.
Yeah, you didn't read all of them. Oh no. Okay. So, but that's about where we're at.
It is.
I mean,
so
everything
ridiculous.
is a sign of it. In fact, they're even talking about how they're calculating the numbers now. I mean, Alex Jones himself, I don't know if you want to play that later. I mean, because Greg Abbott is losing his mind on these lockdowns here in Texas. He's freaking out.
Freaked out. I don't know if he has secret information that they're not sharing with us necessarily, and he's just, it's really scared him, or what the deal is. But he has been panicked, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And so Alex was out talking about it, I believe on his bullhorn,
yeah,
right?
Out in front of the governor's mansion this
good.
weekend.
All right, let's see what he had to say.
Sad heart that I'm out here today.
Sad heart.
This, quote, mandatory mask ordinance that is
Quote.
right out of the UN, right out of the WHO.
Are you still
right
quoting?
out of Governor Newsom in California.
You never said
such a
unquote.
fraud. Trump tweeted today the truth that deaths are way down, but
a long quote.
Cases are way up because they're
Really
counting
long.
people
quote
that don't have it as having it. So instead of me just bullhorning him, I brought a bunch of mainstream news articles on record.
No, he's going to read
for the governor
articles
and for you, and
to
we've
the governor.
confirmed from sources the governor is inside right now.
We've
so let's go.
confirmed from sources.
You know that COVID-19 and the response to it is a hoax. President Trump has tweeted that the deaths are way down and the cases are way up.
You gotta be kidding me.
Because 7 Democrat states have been joined by Texas in counting people who've not been tested as having COVID-19. If one person has it,
That's right.
you count 15 more as having it for those numbers.
Listen to this.
That is called a fraud. Atlantic Monthly, the establishment mouthpiece.
Is it a false flag?
How can the CDC make that mistake? He goes on to say they use people that have COVID-19 antibodies to say they're infected, even though the antibody test says anyone who's ever had a coronavirus in that family, most people are positive. That's the liberal Atlantic Monthly.
So he just went on with that, yeah.
And it is confirmed that Greg Abbott is in the building. Nobody sees him, and I can't substantiate that, but he is in the building. So it is worthwhile that I'm yelling through a bullhorn right now.
Yeah.
Do you know that fluoride gives you COVID-19?
No.
It's a proven fact. That is confirmed. Fluoride is the main cause of COVID-19.
It comes full circle now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
is
right?
that right?
Yeah.
Fluoride causes the COVID.
Also,
Well, you know what? I've seen your hernia.
so put that in your pipe and smoke it.
But he's right about how they're counting these numbers.
Yeah, something's weird about it.
Yeah, there's Cambry, Cam VTV. She lives here in Dallas. She does a thing there online, and she tweeted out that her parents' friends went to get tested for coronavirus. They waited in line for 2 hours and then decided to leave without getting tested. Hours later, they got a phone call saying they tested positive.
No way. Wow. If that's true, that's outrageous. That's outrageous.
And then the CDC was talking about how the antibody test, remember? Like, if you had it at some point and you have the antibodies, that was being counted at a time as a positive because they screwed up the numbers. There's nothing to believe here. You just have to wing it.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
So enjoy your mask mandates and your lockdowns, your shutdowns, your insane policies.
Also, I mean, we're going to talk to a nurse who had some interesting experiences in New York. I can't remember where she's from. Where is she? She's from. We're going to talk to a nurse on Thursday.
Oh, the nurse. Yes, the nurse on Thursday. Yeah, so she went undercover, had undercover camera and stuff. And the way they are calculating
she went
these
out and
numbers,
helped in New York, right?
Yeah,
when it
so
was
she's
big.
from Florida, went up to New York to
Okay.
the epicenter of the epicenter hospital up there. And she has got some interesting things to tell us coming up Thursday morning.
So listen for that because there's been a lot of healthcare professionals who have questioned what's going on.
Yeah.
And said, something's fishy. They keep doing bizarre things that just don't make any sense.
It's the election year flu.
It's really weird.
It's so bad because they want Trump out. That's been my contention for months, and I'm still there.
Also, Dinesh D'Souza has put out a video about some protesters who were attempting to burn an American flag, and here's how that went.
Yes! That's
a cop just instantly put it out. If you're just listening to this,
I love it. He just walks up to him with a fire extinguisher, and good night now.
So great. And then they start yelling. Too bad he doesn't elbow him in the face. Just turn around and just cold cock him. These pinheads.
I mean, it's an open flame. That's a public fire hazard right there.
Exactly.
Public safety.
So great that he just calmly put out the fire and walked away. Also, why are they burning elk statues in Portland?
Why are they filling the blank? Look at this. What are they doing?
What did the elk do?
I don't know. It stood there.
Really, really weird. I guess all statues must go?
All statues. No statue is safe. In fact, I'm a little
elk.
Yeah, I'm concerned now after seeing that something bad might happen to the Cabela statue. I took a picture just the Saturday there. Look at the I don't know if we got that. Look at that. See, that's out in front of Cabela's.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you start. That's probably a bad place though to try to topple down a statue. I've seen the arsenal inside there. So anyhow, I mean, what's next? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
We're just taking down statues to take down statues at this point.
The Cabela statue could well be next. You just don't know. Also, this is somewhat of an animal video. an animal was actually approached by, and there was a police officer on horseback, and a protester
goes up and slaps the horse.
Runs up on the horse.
I don't like this.
And the horse doesn't like it either.
It doesn't care for this at all.
No.
And it goes a little
something. like this.
Watch this. Don't hit the horse.
Oh,
got kicked in the face. Look at her face. Oh, and then she's just holding her nose when she goes.
So she runs up on the horse, smacks it, and the horse kicks her.
Yeah, I have no idea what she was thinking, but she wasn't. Yeah.
Stupid.
Nice move by the horse, though. A little sidekick.
Yeah. Jeez.
Don't be stupid.
I mean, that's asinine. Do you know about horses? Do you know that they...
You never walk behind a horse.
No.
Especially when you're causing it harm, dummy.
I didn't really I grew up in Montana, but I didn't grow up around horses. You know, we were in the urban area.
Well, you got the mean streets. Yeah, you probably don't have a lot of horses.
Not a lot of horses there, but I knew you don't walk behind a horse because it might, even if you don't slap it,
right,
it might kick you. So it's kind of common knowledge. Bad idea there.
Not a lot of knowledge though with these protesters.
That's true. I think that's what we're finding, isn't it? That they're just not smart people, and they're people who are going to vote probably about 99% of them for Joe Biden, if not 100%. Now the other 1%, if it's 99%, will be voting for, I don't know, some socialist or communist party candidate. But Biden had an interesting message this weekend for the 4th of July holiday, and this was it.
Our country was founded on an idea. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We've never lived up to it.
Wait, what? We've never lived up to it? I'm sorry, that's just a complete lie. We've never lived up to the idea that all men are created equal. While we're not perfect at it, we certainly have done it. Didn't we twice elect a black man? Out of nowhere? I mean, this guy was a community organizer. He was a man from a broken family whose father was a communist and whose mother was a radical. He was a person who grew up in Hawaii and Indonesia and who never even visited the mainland of the United States until he went to college. And we haven't lived up to that ideal that all men are created equal. This is a man who had a middle name that was the same of one of our most hated enemies.
Right.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah.
All of these things going against him, and we still elected him, and not once, but twice.
A last name that rhymed with Osama, the terrorist that just 7 years before took down a few buildings.
Right. That seems like a pretty open-minded country to me. I don't know.
And Biden himself said that Obama lived a storybook life.
Right. It's unbelievable.
Jefferson himself didn't. He held slaves. Women were excluded. But once proposed, it was an idea that couldn't be constrained.
Thank you
it
for that.
Survived the ravages of the Civil War, the dogs of Bull Connor, the assassination of Martin Luther King, and more than 200 years of systemic racism.
Oh, 200 years of systemic racism. So you're admitting there, volunteering, that racism was built into our system. Wow. I mean, thank you for that wonderful 4th of July message, Joe. Jeez. We have a better one that came from the actual president of the United States. We'll share some of that coming up. Some tweets here, Pat Unleashed, from Steve. That black militia that was at Stone Mountain Park, like to see protesters try to topple a whole mountain. Yeah, it'd be difficult. Was it the same guy that did that stopped what he was doing, I think, there, and went to Mount Rushmore and did the South Dakotan monuments? I have that right or not?
No.
I'm not positive on that, but it seems like I just read that somewhere. COVID Bullet 23. I believed the player standing for soccer story right up until you said she was seen standing. This is America, and it was soccer. Nobody saw it. Nobody.
Fair point.
Kevin Davis, SN5. Just watch. There will be greater calls for a world government from the same people who hate America. Yep.
Yeah.
This would be a good time probably to reintroduce that whole concept. Evan, Florida man, while I love a good Alex Jones audio, he's actually correct about this one. They have cooked the numbers to affect the election. Can't believe I just said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were kind of agreeing before we played it on the premise that there might be some accuracy in this one. There might be some truth to this particular Alex Jones video.
Yep.
It is possible.
Doesn't explain Greg Abbott's overreaction. Because I think he does want to see Trump reelected.
Yeah, I do too.
But he is.
I mean, I trust Greg Abbott. I just don't. I don't know if he just freaked out because maybe he went out on a limb, and now it looks like the limb he went out on is about to break off, and catastrophe is ensuing. I don't know.
I don't know in how they're calculating the numbers, and
that's part of it. But it's also based on something that they won't even consider: the stinking protests that went on in Dallas and Houston and Austin and all over this state, all over California, all over Florida, and they're all now experiencing increases in numbers of infections.
In the age group that was protesting.
Right, the 20 to 29-year-olds
wasn't.
are the ones who are driving this new wave of infection. It's 20 to 29-year-olds. Who was out protesting? Again, was it nursing home refugees? No!
Although that would have been a sight.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, would have been great.
Count the walkers in the shot there.
A wheelchair brigade rolls up and
Right.
just starts screaming and yelling and spewing and looting.
I don't know.
Would have been great.
I don't know how you quantify this, but bigger hoax, okay? COVID-19 or global warming?
Global warming. I got to go with global warming.
Okay, as far as effects on the world economy, COVID-19 or global warming? That you might be able to calculate.
Yeah, you probably could. I don't know.
It's just, I'm sorry.
That's probably COVID right now.
Yeah, let's go back to the hope, the first half hour of the show. Boy, those were good times. About an hour ago. Good times.
I'll give you some hope, though, on the climate change scene, and that's Michael Schellenberger. You've got to pick up that book. I was reading it over the weekend. It is excellent. And this from a guy who, again, was a friend of the Sandinistas, a friend of the Manawaniarawa revolution, the socialist revolution. He went there to witness it because he was for it. This is not a conservative guy. This is a guy who's been on the climate change bandwagon his whole life and has done some amazing things as an activist. Won a bunch of awards, which will probably all be stripped from him now by the left. And now he just got so fed up with the hysteria that they're causing and the way that they're scaring our children and causing them to think that they're not going to be able to live their lives.
Yeah.
So he's out there telling the truth now. And he's going to the same people that they quote all the time, that they misquote, that they lie about all the time. He's going to experts like people at the IPCC, at the UN, the International Panel on Climate Change or whatever that is. And getting the real facts from them.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything that people are saying they're saying.
So I don't know how much of the book you've read, and I haven't heard any of the interviews, but was there one moment where he just went, oh, snap?
I mean, that moment happens fast.
Okay, or was it just a series of
things
that he just accumulated in his
Yeah.
mind? Like, oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, it's a series of facts and figures that, you know, he talks about Australia burning, the Amazon being the lungs of the world, which is total and complete bull crap. It is not the lungs of the world. It doesn't provide 20% of the oxygen. In fact, it provides 0% of the oxygen. It takes care of itself, really. It replaces the oxygen that's lost in the process of the plants.
So
growing.
if it were a state that paid taxes to the federal government, it would be right at net zero, right?
Yes.
It would
It'd be
take
zero
in
sum.
as much as it lets out.
Exactly right.
So the Amazon's overrated is the bottom line.
As far as being the lungs of the world, yeah.
Can we go back
total
to
and complete nonsense.
So it's lost its status as a rainforest, correct? Can we go back to just calling it a jungle again?
We could probably.
Okay. A little less sexy of a name.
Yeah. He also talks about the loss that we bemoan all the time about the trees and how we've got more trees now than we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we have 3 trillion trees. We have more trees on the earth than there are stars in the sky, which is pretty impressive, frankly.
Yeah, I love that fact.
I do too.
I love that fact.
I do too. He goes through all this stuff. There's no serious scientist has ever said there's a 10 to 12 year window or a 100-year window. Nobody's even talking about extinction of mankind. No one. It is not an existential threat.
Are you saying that the bartender from the Bronx isn't a serious scientist?
We're talking Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
What?
But I'm going to say
what?
She's not a scientist. Yeah. She sounds like one.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the facts and figures she's able to produce are pretty impressive.
It's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah. But not a scientist.
She's going to be there in Congress for a very, very long time.
Yeah, well, who's going to upend her? Nobody. Not in that district. Also, California Governor Newsom is ordering Central Valley wineries to close, but his winery, that's going to stay open. That'll stay open. He ordered wineries in 19 counties to close amid surging coronavirus cases, but his own winery and tasting room are wide open.
Yeah,
now they're not in the same area.
Same counties.
The same
affected,
county.
Yeah.
But everybody's thinking, okay, well, that's.
I wonder if that had anything to do
hypocrisy.
with how he determined which county. I don't know.
It just looks bad for him. It looks really bad.
Sure does.
Also, houses of worship have been told to discontinue singing under a new order from Gavin Newsom as the pandemic gets worse.
There's still churches in California, though?
Surprisingly,
so this does apply to somebody?
Yeah, there's 5 churches left.
Okay, so we got
in California.
Of the 5 churches in the entire state of California, you're not allowed to sing now.
At any of them.
This is stupid.
It is.
It's just asinine, man.
I will say that we have instituted a return to church at my church. And they try to limit it to 50 people, so it's like A through F or whatever, and then F through L, and so on. And they've asked us not to sing. Well, they told us not to sing. And we just listen to the music being played, and we don't sing. But nobody's mandated.
Oh, I thought that just sped up the service. I thought you were going to say, so we just don't do songs anymore, and we're out of there in about 20 minutes.
Well, we are out of there in 45 instead of 2 hours. So
see, so China, you did a little something on the plus side of the ledger.
But nobody has said, "I'm sorry, you can't sing in your house of worship." That our people made that decision themselves, and that's fine. I don't want the government to tell us.
Right?
The government should stay out of this. And by the way, that brings me to Bill de Blasio, who was asked about limiting religious services, but not saying anything or doing anything about the massive protests that went on with thousands and thousands of people. Listen to him being questioned and what he has to say about that.
I want to ask you about a court decision from last week. A federal court ruled that you and Governor Cuomo violated the Constitution by restricting religious services during the lockdown of the pandemic. The court said you openly discouraged religious gatherings and threatened religious worshipers and sent a clear message that mass protests are deserving of preferential treatment, essentially saying that you treated the protesters who were on the streets differently than the religious gatherings that were on the streets.
Exactly right.
Your reaction?
No, just wrong. We worked with the religious leadership of this city for months. Cardinal Dolan in the Catholic Church and so many other religious leaders.
Did you talk to Cardinal Joe Tobin?
Yeah.
Because,
That's
as we know,
that's what matters.
As we know.
By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights?
I called up Cardinal Tobin, Cardinal Joe Tobin in Newark.
Don't give me the Cardinal Dolan thing. Don't give that to me.
Right.
Okay?
What are you
It's
doing?
unacceptable.
That's a poser cardinal.
If you don't have Cardinal Tobin, I don't want to hear from you. Anyway, here's what he had to say.
For months, Cardinal Dolan in the Catholic Church and so many other religious leaders who were in full agreement that it was not time to bring back religious services because of the danger it would cause to their congregants. The protests were an entirely different reality, a national phenomenon that was not something that the government could just say, go away. It's something that really came from the grassroots.
So the protests were not something that the government could just say, go away, but religion was something they could just say, sorry, go away. You can't do it right now. You can't tell me that every single religious leader was with him on, maybe Dolan was. I don't know. If Cardinal Dolan said, yeah, it's probably not time. But there were plenty of people who wanted to reestablish their services and have people come back. There were many of them. And they were told, no, sorry, you'll be arrested if you do it. Let's hear the rest of this.
Something that the government could just say, go away. It's something that really came from the grassroots.
That's amazing.
And obviously had profound meaning. And we're all acting on the meaning of
religion
those
doesn't have profound meaning.
But it's really apples and oranges. Our religious leaders were the first to say it was not time to bring back services. Now we're doing it carefully, smartly. So I think that decision profoundly misses what the very religious institutions themselves were saying.
Let's talk about where we are.
That's bullcrap.
It's total bullcrap.
Total and complete BS.
And that's the same nonsense that CNN has been trying to pull. They had a thing post. I got an alert on my phone yesterday. As 12 U.S. states record a more than 50% rise in COVID-19 cases, images emerging from the holiday weekend show not everyone is taking warning seriously. They did this over Memorial Day. They're doing it over July 4th. And their headline, by the way, is referencing a time period of the protests causing this increase.
Yep.
They don't do it. They didn't send out any alerts about that during the protests. Like, oh my gosh, the people are gathered in the street without masks.
No, it's such a lie.
They wait until we're celebrating U.S. holidays to send these stupid news alerts out, and it's the same game that de Blasio is playing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the only things they blame are the reopening, the too early reopening, or the patriotic holidays.
Mm-hmm.
The protests, they don't even consider.
Nope.
It's unbelievable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And it's frustrating.
Right. Destroy cities.
It's dang frustrating.
Burn down businesses, loot, riot, tear down statues.
Yep. Breathe on each other.
Those crowds, fine, man. Whatever.
Yep. Well, they're important. Those were of national importance.
Yeah, but if you gather at a beach,
or if you want to go to church,
yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, you're not important.
Madness.
You can stay at home. Amazing. Let me tell you about Keeps. Take 60 seconds and tell you about keeping your hair, because in 2020, there's no reason, while we do have to put up with a lot in 2020, we don't have to put up with hair loss. There is something you can do about it. Go to Keeps.com. Just do this from the comfort and privacy of your own home, in your bedroom or your living room, or whatever. Just go online, answer a few questions, snap some pictures of your hair, post those. Then a doctor will evaluate all your information and recommend the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for you. It's effective in about 90% of men. And then 69%, 68% of those who use it actually experience hair regrowth. So it's really the way to go. If you don't want to lose your hair, go to Keeps.com. Keeps.com/Pat. That's Keeps. And we'll, by the way, start you off with 50% off your first order. Keeps.com/Pat. It's amazing to me how big a story now COVID-19 is. All of a sudden again, completely ignored for 3 weeks during the protests, during the rioting, the looting. It was never an issue then. Never an issue. If it was, they would say things like, they're even braving COVID-19 to get out there and end systemic racism. So beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And now here we are reaping the rewards of those great protests with all kinds of infections and another big wave, and they don't even mention it.
But of course, the
death rate going way down.
Is going way down, and was the story on the front side of the protests.
Yep. Now
it's just cases that's now their lead.
Before it was, oh my gosh, do you know that it's? I mean, we are experiencing over 2,000 deaths a day. Now that it's, I don't know, 500. It's a quarter of what it was. many, many less than it was. They don't mention it. That's not even a thing. That's not a consideration anymore. The death rate. Unbelievable.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Got some tweets here. COVID Bullet 23. I would love to see Alex Jones and Al Sharpton have a bullhorn debate one day. You know, that could maybe happen.
Yes.
Yeah, we could maybe make that happen. Jeffy's Clothes Matter tweets, when will the Statue of Liberty be defaced or removed? Probably not long from now. Shall not be infringed. Could we please get that Karen-kicking horse a Medal of Honor? Oh, my. Oh, golly.
I think, yes. Yes, we can.
Oh, that's so hateful. Oh,
For
golly.
What? Just a...
Oh, she got kicked in the face by a horse. That's not right.
Well,
that dang horse.
That'll learn her.
Kara3022 tweets, Gavin Newsom has banned singing in church. Wait a minute. Who gave him that authority? What about the left's precious separation of church and state?
Well, then.
Pretty good question, frankly. Occam's electric razor. Keith just predicted a long career in politics for AOC. Pop the courts, patheads. She's out of office any day now.
Yes.
Really good point, because we're always wrong on that stuff.
Right.
Lately, anyway. Since about, 2016-ish, for sure. Well, maybe before that, like 2012. Well, okay, 2008. Never thought Barack Obama would win this thing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's been, 12 years of wrongness?
But who's counting?
So sue us.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm the guy who said Joe Biden would not be the Democrat nominee.
You are. I'm the one who said he would be.
I'm still holding to that, though.
Which of us were right?
Something's going to happen.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
By the way, there was a female student at a Christian school in Austin who posted a video about Black Lives Matter, and she was kicked out of that Christian school. Why? Did she join the KKK and burn crosses on the lawns of black residents? Did she spout the N-word multiple times in a nasty online video, maybe? Did she say that black lives don't matter? No, none of those things. But I'm about to share what she did say. So if you're close to a wastebasket, you may want to have it with you just in case you vomit.
Oh, no.
That's how strong what she said is.
Here we go.
That's how outrageous her words. They could make you spontaneously vomit.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Everyone buckled up? Everybody get
strap yourself in.
Okay.
If you're driving, you might want to pull over to the side of the road.
Should I grab this wastebasket?
I would if I were you.
Okay.
See, I'm a little immune to it because I've already read it multiple times.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what this is here.
Here's what she said.
I'm ready.
Do Black Lives Matter? Yes, of course. Do white lives matter? Yes, of course. How dare she say that? How dare you? How dare you say white lives matter too? But here's what she finished it with.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sit here and put each one in a group saying this race matters. Whoa! Thank you for booting her out of school. Woo.
Have we locked her away yet?
Not yet. They have not put her in prison yet. Is that incredible?
I'm getting that pre-vomit feeling going on.
I know. Your mouth kind of watering a little bit. Yep.
That was
getting nauseous.
That was rough.
That is unbelievable.
Keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Do Black Lives Matter? Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. So here's what the dean of the school said about it.
I became aware late Tuesday evening of a deeply disappointing and unacceptable social media post.
Deeply disappointing and unacceptable.
Quote that again?
Do Black Lives Matter? Yes, of course.
Okay.
Do white lives matter? Yes, of course. But I'm not going to sit here and put each one in a group saying this race matters. Oof.
By one of our students. As we said that night, the message shared by this student is not reflective of the Christian values of our institution or the vast majority of our community.
Okay, so you don't believe that Black Lives Matter and white lives matter? That's what you're saying? Because it's not reflective of your university, you just said. That's fascinating.
What university is this again?
Hardin-Simmons.
Hardin-Simmons.
In Abilene. I think I said Austin. It's in Abilene.
Okay.
What the student did was wrong.
No, it wasn't. She didn't do anything wrong, as far as I can see. I mean, if you don't buy into every single syllable being shoved down our throats right now, every syllable, including the agenda of the Marxist group Black Lives Matter, look out, because you are going to lose whatever it is you have. They're going to take everything from you.
Upon learning about this post, we immediately took action to address the situation and began a required disciplinary process. Individuals and news outlets have asked the university to disclose the specific steps and disciplinary actions taken regarding this issue.
Yeah, okay.
The university takes the privacy of each individual student's information seriously.
Of course you do.
And we must comply with federal law.
Yeah.
As a result, we're not able to share certain details. However, we can confirm that the student associated with this incident is no longer enrolled at Hardin-Simmons University.
Thank goodness. They got rid of this problem child, this heinous genocidal maniac who wants to murder all black people. No, wait. She said all Black Lives Matter. So,
my goodness.
This is just, it's despicable what's going on right now.
I believe it was Isuro Tanaka from the movie Major League 2 who was talking about this dean when he said, quote, "You have no marbles," end quote. I'm like, what is happening to us?
I don't know. It's just really something. Wow. You must comply in every way imaginable. Or you're done. Or you're just done. Sorry. You're not going to go to our school. You're not going to have a job. You're not going to be accepted in society. Wow. We have got to fight back and push back against this. Hard.
Yep.
All right. 888-900-3393. Since things are so nuts right now, we haven't really gotten into the culture of the cancel culture. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel of cancel.
Hey-oh. Wait, there you go. There it is. You gotta wait, see? It's official.
Okay,
here we
go. Spinning the... Oh, that was an abrupt stop. I don't know what happened exactly. There we go. Okay.
I get a free spin! Pat! Hey, that works.
We have free spin up there for it. And come on.
No whammies.
Big cancel. Big cancel.
4.
All right.
Story
number 4. And the wheel of cancel. University of Wisconsin students want Lincoln's statue removed from the premises. Sure, they grant us. Yeah, he was anti-slavery. But he wasn't pro-black enough. What in the world does that mean in 1863? With the guy who signed the Emancipation Proclamation and put an end to that evil institution once and for all, at least openly, legally. Certainly there's slavery going on today. And in fact, many claim that there are more slaves today than there were then in the entire history of the Atlantic slave trade. Okay, so but I guess Abraham Lincoln wasn't pro-black enough. What? What are you talking about?
He met with a former slave, Frederick Douglass, who changed his mind.
All right, spin it one more time.
Okay, we're going to spin
we can get another story in the wheel of cancel. Story number 1.
Pat, what do you got?
Oh, I have the Washington Redskins.
Oh, no.
This is great because FedEx sponsors the Redskins Stadium, right? It's FedEx Field or FedEx Stadium or FedEx Park, FedEx Ranch. I don't know what they call it. FedEx Stadium.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Have a team playing at the ranch. Yeah, the Cowboys practice at the ranch, right?
Right. So they own the naming rights, and they've asked the team to change their name. That would be a monumental shift in this debate because FedEx CEO Frederick Smith is a member of the Redskins ownership group. Interesting. So he's in there with Dan Snyder. Daniel Snyder owns the Redskins. He's been adamant about the fact that he's not changing the name. I'm not going to change the name. He knows the history of the name. He knows it was done as a tribute to a certain person. He knows the deal about it, and that 90% or more of Native Americans aren't offended by it. And yet, FedEx steps in and says, you need to change your name, please. Now, because they have the naming rights, I don't know if that's going to add extra weight in this debate, but how hard would it be for the Redskins to find a new partner, I wonder? Man. Somebody else to buy the naming rights. It can't be that hard, right?
And some of the alternate names that have been thrown around, Daniel Snyder had purchased the trademarks to way back when this was heating up, 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But he let those expire. So I think he was feeling kind of in the clear.
And now here it is again.
There we are.
Probably stronger than ever.
Yeah.
I think this is the biggest threat to the Redskins name maybe he'll ever face. Just because of the environment right now.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the alternatives? I don't remember. Do you have a list of those?
I don't.
Okay.
I saw it over the weekend. Shoot. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to find it on the fly here. But
anyway, it'll be interesting to see if he can survive this wave. He can survive anything because this is gigantic this time. This is a tsunami right now that he's facing.
Yeah, Warriors was one of them.
The Washington Warriors. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, but are you insinuating that Native Americans just fought? Is that it?
No, I think we can have other people be warriors, can't we?
Oh, can we?
Well,
I already know the background of that name, so I already know what you're insinuating, right. Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see. Is the Red Hawks one of them or something? I forget.
The Red Hawks?
I think I saw that. Okay, yeah. And Bravehearts. Oh, here we go. Ta-da! Here we go. Let's see. So they had registered Washington Warriors, Washington Bravehearts. Let's see.
Bravehearts is stupid.
Let's see here. Washington Sharks. Oh, the Picos.
Mm.
The Washington Americans. Okay, that's obviously hateful.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be doing that.
Non-inclusive. What about all the other people who live here? What about all the non-Americans in the world?
So there you go.
Why do we have to be so American-centric in America?
Right?
Why? What do we think? We're the center of the stinking universe? Is that what we think?
So buy your Redskins gear now. I know I did.
Because it may go away. So you got some extra over the weekend?
I did. I made some purchases.
Probably a smart choice because I could see it happening this time.
Not the only soon-to-be canceled nickname that I purchased some paraphernalia to as well.
What else did you purchase?
You want me to spin the wheel of cancel again?
Sure.
Okay. Here I go.
Wheel of cancel!
Story number 5.
Number 5 is, okay. The Virginia College that is going to re-examine their offensive nickname and mascot.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what it is?
Is it the
N-words? No. No, it's not.
Yeah. It's not?
It's not.
Okay. Well, because that would need a name change. I think I'd be on board with that one.
That would need a name change. I would agree with that and be on board completely.
Yeah, look, we can find common ground. But no, what is this offensive nickname, Pat?
It's the Wasps. Yeah. And there's the logo right there with the insect, the wasp.
Are we allowed to show this, guys?
Emory and Henry,
what are
wasps.
we doing in there?
I've never heard of Emory and Henry College.
Nobody has. Nobody knew you would have even existed, much less had a nickname.
And by the way, the WASP in their name clearly, obviously, doesn't stand for white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. You stinking morons.
Well, they just put the insect image in there just to kind of throw you off the trail, I think, is what's happening.
Nothing makes sense.
So I also have en route some Emory and Henry Wasp merchandise.
Do you really?
As well. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That'll be very handsome.
These are going to be collector's items. So one of these days, you're going to see me in here with my Redskins shirt and my Wasp coffee mug.
At a small college like that, they're going to cave. They're going to change.
Totally.
Yeah, completely.
You know why they're re-examining, I contend? They're re-examining right now is because they need to get this merch off the shelves before they unveil their new name. Where if they just did it now, then people are like, well, you got to get that off. You can't be selling that right now.
I can't take it. How many times a day do we say that? And we just have to. You have to take it because it just keeps coming at you.
Yeah.
I love this too. The NFL, immersed as they are in Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And they believe in Black Lives Matter and everything. I guess the Black Lives Matter stands for the Marxism, the LGBTQIA2+ agenda. All of it is wonderful. Because they're into it wholeheartedly. They are now going to play a black anthem before the national anthem, at least at the first game, the first week of games, I think. Lift Every Voice and Sing will be performed live or played before the Star-Spangled Banner prior to each NFL game during Week 1, and the league is considering putting names of victims of police brutality on helmet decals or jersey patches. The person said who is familiar with this said the league is working collaboratively with players to recognize victims of systemic racism throughout the season in a variety of ways. Good.
Boy, the NFL is just making it easier and easier to watch their product.
Aren't they, though? Aren't they? They're making it better and better every day.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Lift Every Voice and Sing is traditionally known as the Black Anthem. It'll be played first when the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs host the Houston Texans to kick off the season on September 10th, if there is a season. Shh. Yeah, don't pretend I didn't say that.
Actually, at this point, whatever.
I know, it's almost like, okay, don't.
Go sing somewhere.
Don't. As long as there's college football, I'll be fine. But there may not be that either.
Well, then you've got your video from BYU.
I don't even want to talk
think about
it.
that one there.
I've seen so many stories on the players and the whole. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because they won't look into it. I'm
telling you.
Unless they all agree with Marxism and this whole agenda, at least look at the website. But, okay. So, are we going to break off into factions of people now where for black players, there's a black anthem. For the white players, there's the Star-Spangled Banner, a white anthem now. Are we going to find an anthem for Hispanic players and Pacific Islanders? Are we going to let's splinter off into all different categories and groups, and let's not be together as Americans on anything?
Mm-hmm. That's where we're at. Yeah, congratulations to America. We've taken our strength and made it our weakness.
We're completely resegregating the country.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Man.
Yeah. And it starts with anthems. The next thing you know, it's like that guy said earlier. Well, we didn't have the clip, but the militia guy, the black militia guy, is like, "Yeah, we'll take Texas for blacks."
Yeah, no, Texas. You won't. No, you won't.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's balkanize ourselves officially.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Really
they actually want a separate nation, right?
That group does.
That seemed like a racist idea. I thought. I thought segregation was a bad thing. I thought we were supposed to be together.
Well, Chaz had their separate nation, right? And that worked out great.
Oh, that was
They celebrated
fantastic.
their 2-week anniversary and called it a day.
Don't we have a? Is it a video or is it just
an
still shot?
This is reported Raz from Chaz.
He was the leader of Chaz.
Yeah.
And he was being taken away by police officers, and he wasn't happy about it. There he is.
From medics. Like, it's medics that are taking him or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Are we sure that's Raz?
I don't know. Everyone's
it's being reported as
that's
Raz from Chaz.
That's
He was sobbing hysterically. Well, who can blame him? I mean,
it didn't even get to the 1-month anniversary.
No, and it was such a beautiful experiment, wasn't it? In chaos. A beautiful experiment in complete anarchy.
I mean, they had more victims than they had weeks in existence. Wow.
Yeah, and the residents were none too happy about it. I saw some guys who lived in the area. One guy got a hammer, and he went down to dismantle parts of the wall by himself, and his equipment was grabbed and confiscated by some of the protesters. I mean, there were people who were fed up And they're like, I'm going down there, and I'm gonna take care of this myself. And it didn't work out too well for them.
And you remember what eventually got it all taken care of?
Oh, yeah. You show it up at the mayor's house.
You go to the mayor's house, and it's game over, dummies.
Yep. I think that it's time for them to go home. Well, yeah, because they went to your home. So now it's personal.
Remember what she said now. Don't be afraid of democracy.
Yeah.
That was her.
It seems like she was afraid of democracy. Yeah. Huh. By the way, we're not a democracy. But,
that's a fair point.
But she is right in that that is how democracy works. Okay, it's mob rule.
There you go, and look what happens.
If the mob wants to take part of your town, they're going to, and they did. So, congratulations. You just got a little glimpse of democracy.
Boy,
and why we're not one.
We're not one.
I can't take it.
Can't take it.
Except I have to. Yeah. So.
But at least we got sports we can soon use as a refuge. Nope.
No, we don't.
No, that's going to be more social justice. What's left? What do we have left, huh? We can go to church and sing.
No, we can't sing. No. Some people could go to church. They just can't sing.
So we could go in Texas. We could just go to any place we want, right?
No.
And do what we want to do, how we want to do it.
Well, you can go into many places if you're wearing a mask. Have you noticed they're really enforcing that now? I mean, that is... You pretty much can't go into any establishment without a mask now.
And that's we've said this.
That's fine.
That's the prerogative of the private business. I mean, that's private property.
It was government who mandated that.
Right, and I love how you can't. There's a specific clause in the edict from Abbott that went into effect on Friday here in Texas that says if you're driving somewhere and someone is in the vehicle with you that isn't from your immediate household, you must be both wearing a mask.
Oh,
I'm
please.
sorry.
Are you kidding me?
If my mom is with me in the vehicle and we're not wearing a mask, we're in violation, $250 fine? I don't think so.
No.
Good luck. Good luck enforcing your stupid edict, Greg.
How many people are going to pass out? It's already happened. It's already happened.
Yes.
Because of mask wearing. Wow.
But it was good over the weekend. We were able to celebrate our freedom.
Yeah, with no fireworks. Although in Los Angeles, didn't somebody go up in a helicopter and take a look around?
So yeah, there's a no fireworks ordinance in California. Oh, is there? Is there a no fireworks ordinance in LA?
Jasmine.
Look at
local
that.
fire departments and police departments have been
America.
begging people not to do this, but it seems tonight they are not listening to those
Look
calls.
at that.
They're putting up new warnings on social
that's
media.
great.
They're saying
Are they?
safe and sane are even banned in the majority of cities in LA County, not to mention the city of LA has a ban as well.
It's
Many of
it's
the
like
public
hundreds
shows
of
have been canceled,
displays.
so
Yeah.
We've done stories on this. More
That's
people
fantastic.
have been.
They're not listening to
illegal
us.
Fireworks. I mean, it is quite the sight.
Right. It is
This
quite
is
the
not supposed
sight.
to be happening. I mean, you could be fined up to $50,000.
50 what?
Shut up, California. Just shut up.
$50,000 for setting off fireworks.
I mean, it's quite a sight, but they're obviously not listening to us here in the media transmit the messages from our government overlords. Why are they shooting off fireworks?
Shut up.
Wow.
Which, by the way,
Wow.
here in Texas, all the shows canceled, all the great events and stuff, the gatherings, the community get-togethers, all those canceled. Boy, just like you saw there in California, that was North Texas on Saturday night. Just like that. Good stuff. So all the people that spent their money on these huge fireworks that I got to enjoy free of charge all around town, appreciate that. That was fun.
But a lot of the big displays by cities and suburbs and whatever, all canceled. Yes, nope, we're not doing them. Macy's did an interesting thing in New York. They did a little fireworks display every night last week at a different location so that people wouldn't show up.
That was sneaky. That was good, right?
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
That's a good. But if nobody comes, why do it?
Yeah, and why have these gatherings? I mean, what you should have done is just gotten together with your neighbors and picked some community to destroy, and then the government would have stayed off your back. If you want to go and loot and
that would have been a good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
that would have been a really good idea.
Opportunity lost. That was Saturday night. You missed your chance.
Dang. I really wanted to destroy a business too on Saturday night.
Yeah?
I really felt like doing that.
Well,
it's the 4th of July. Let's go out and celebrate by looting.
There are plenty
and
of
burning down a building.
Sure, there's plenty of businesses that have angered me. So But I don't know that I would burn them down, but it has crossed my mind. I'm not going to lie to you. Do we have time for the fun video? Can we do Joe Biden talking about his spouse over the weekend? I think you'll really like this.
All right.
This video. Here.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Lily already indicated, I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden.
Wait, you're Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden?
I've listened to that up against my ear multiple times. He does not say Jill. He says Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Lily already indicated, I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden.
It sounds like Joe.
Yeah,
sounds
exactly.
Like Joe.
So he's married. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being married to yourself, Joe.
I'm sure the campaign will say, he's saying Jill. He's saying
There's
Jill.
been multiple times
really
where the campaign
fast.
has had to say, that's not what he said. He said this. Man, when you find yourself backed into a corner on just general words like your name or your wife's name, my goodness, that campaign's got a problem.
Here's some things Americans apparently don't know about Joe Biden. He's old. Why, they do know that, actually, don't they? Don't they know that? He worked with Barack Obama. I think we know that.
Yep.
Generally seen as a decent guy. No, I didn't know that.
Fun fact.
There's one I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a new one.
If you know more than that about Joe Biden, you know more than most voters.
Yeah, so those are the key words I think that they associate with him, right?
Yes. Other focus groups have revealed that that they associate other things with Joe. Young voters most associate with Biden, the word that they associate most is old.
Yeah.
Followed by good, and then creepy.
Oh my goodness. So wait, old,
like
good, and creepy.
Yep. Then you got Democrat, smart. Please. Smart. Mixed in are leader, great, nice, experienced, okay, and cool, but also senile and dementia. I'm not sure that's entirely positive for old Joe, old middle-class Joe.
Emphasis on old.
And we did find out he's married to himself, which is fascinating.
I don't know how you pull that off, what state that's going on in, but more power to you.
Yeah, there's a word for that, and I forget what it is right now.
Oh, is it really a word?
Yeah, so many people have done it now, they actually have a word for it.
Wait! Hold on a second. What is the word if you're married to yourself? And it is...
Yes.
Not
necessarily.
sologamy?
Yeah, I think, yes. Like solo.
Sologamy.
Gamy. Sologamy.
Sologamy.
Yep. That sounds right.
This year, I can't make it stop.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But Joe continues to be, ahead by 12 to 14 points in most polls?
Yeah, I'm starting to get nervous. I am.
I'm a little nervous, although, again, still, we have not focused on this campaign. And he is huddled up in his basement still. When he gets out and is speaking impromptu to people and being asked questions, and then you see where his head's at, I think people are going to say, okay, no, I'm not voting for him.
You think so?
I think they will.
Because I'm having flashbacks to 2008, where people in the media was so dead set against Bush and the Republicans, and the onslaught was so relentless, it didn't matter who.
And of course, it is worse with Trump.
Right, but see, we thought that the fact that he was a Marxist, Obama was gonna, suffer in the polls from that,
Yeah,
and like when the truth came out about his church,
didn't matter.
You didn't build that, we kept thinking, oh, that'll do it. No,
Nope.
And look at how concerted the media is against Trump.
Yeah.
Even more so, I can't believe I'm saying this, than Bush.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
By a lot.
I don't like this. I don't like this scenario.
It's worrisome.
Yeah.
It is. Here, maybe this will provide you some hope. And then again, maybe not.
No.
Kanye West says he's running for president. And he doesn't say 2024. Now, I thought he was a Trump supporter. Why would you run for president against the guy you support for president?
He's been laying low for a while, too. Right? Didn't he kind of distance himself from Trump?
If he switches back again and is running against Trump, okay, I'm going to agree with people that he's lost his noodle.
Okay, but maybe he's trying. Okay, I hate it when you do these mental gymnastics to try to explain away Supreme Court decisions, for example.
Yeah.
But is he maybe trying to get some of the black vote away from Biden to help? I don't know.
I don't know.
And he was so generic in his announcement. He didn't even say 2020. But he did get an early endorsement already from Elon Musk. So for
Get out of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Previously supported former Democrat candidate Andrew Yang.
Yeah, he seems
quickly said he's on board. You have my full support. He responded to West. What is the matter with Elon Musk?
I don't know.
That is just bizarre.
I don't know, but his company, Tesla, now worth more than what?
More than Toyota, more than any other car manufacturer.
More than Coca-Cola. Who else?
Disney.
Worth
more than Disney?
Tesla, man.
With all their quality control problems, with all the problems Tesla has, they are valued, I think it was 207 billion now, which is more than Toyota, Disney, and Coke. That's amazing. Amazing! Hard to explain, too.
Yeah.
All right.
But, Kanye West running for president. We just don't know exactly when right now.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.